It's Shabbat afternoon, and your 6-year-old son Sam has decided to fix himself a snack of peanut butter and crackers. Now, Sam is a good kid, but he has yet to master the dexterities of how to spread peanut butter. However, you're going to let him develop a sense of independence, so you don't want to interfere with his snack preparations. Well, the next thing you know, Sam has lost control of the utensils, and a wad of peanut butter goes flinging across the room, landing right on your nice Shabbos pants. And there's another gob of peanut butter spread around the floor under Sam's feet. Now you've got to clean up this mess. But how? Well, let's start with your pants. That's an absorbent material, so recall what we learned. You can remove a stain that's on the surface of your pants, but you cannot scrape or rub the residue that has become embedded into the fabric. And furthermore, you may not apply any water to the stain. So in this case, the best you can do is to take a napkin and gently wipe away the peanut butter from the surface of your pants. Okay, now let's move on to the gob of peanut butter on the floor. The floor is obviously a non-porous surface, and none of the peanut butter has been absorbed into the floor itself. So here, all of the peanut butter can be removed. For example, you could simply take a paper towel and wipe away the peanut butter. However, the floor will probably still be dirty with peanut butter residue. So again, because the floor is a non-porous material, you could even apply water and rub off the stain. From a practical standpoint, probably the best thing to do is to first put some water on the floor, then take a squeegee of some kind and scrape the peanut butter from the floor. This way it can then easily be wiped up. Now, what can you use to wipe it up? For sure, you could not use a sponge, because that becomes saturated with water from the moment it gets wet, and it's nearly impossible to use a wet sponge without squeezing out some liquid. And as we learned back in class number 9, squeezing out liquid falls under the malacha of schita. So you would have to use some kind of rag that is large enough that it won't become saturated with the water. And of course, whatever water does get absorbed into your rag cannot then be wrung out. However, keep in mind that the sages prohibited soiling a material in such a way that you might be tempted to clean it after. Therefore, you could clean up this mess with an old rag, but not, for example, with a clean bath towel. And one last thing, when cleaning up the floor, you should not rub vigorously, because this is a general restriction against excessive exertion on Shabbat. And when you're done cleaning up, go help Sam make some peanut butter crackers. He's hungry.